spent all of my money from the show at that point. And yeah, I just was like over it, and I was ready to die. Like I didn't really care if I like went back to jail. I didn't care if I overdosed. My addiction went from like 0 to 60 like in like 1 second. So I was shooting up heroin, spending all my time in the valley with like all these dealers, and I stopped showing up to probation. And I remember the night before my arrest, it was just such a dark time for me, and I just was so so over life at that point. And I just remember being like, if there is a God, like I need help, like 911 to God, because this is terrible. And then the next morning I was arrested for not showing up to probation, and I had heroin and paraphernalia on me. They ended up arresting me and taking me back to Linwood, where I detoxed for the second time. It was a way worse detox than the first time. I was so ill. Yeah. And thankfully, by the grace of God, instead of sending me to 6 years in prison, they sentenced me to 1 year of court mandated treatment. And I got into that treatment center for free because the owner was like, here's this pseudo celebrity girl who's going to get me some promotion. So he took me in, and that's not to say that it wasn't like kind and gracious of him, but that's just the way that it works. Like if we're keeping it real, like I'm a, like, you know, still somewhat cute white girl, you know, who might be able to like make it out of this and become like a celebrity again. And I'm going to attribute it all to this treatment center, which like all the treatment centers do it. I've done it.
Right. Like that's just how it works.
That I did is what I'm saying. Every So I got access to treatment, and it ended up saving my life. I went in December 1st, 2010, and happened. I ended up meeting my husband at an AA meeting. You know, we've been married for 8 years, and yeah, the last decade has been a real wild ride, but I'm grateful that that for every moment of sobriety, like my life is what I really wouldn't have it any other way.
And I mean, you must feel lucky in the sense that like some people never come out the other end. Like you, that time you just, I mean, it must have been like, it's a chemical thing, but what? It's a lot of mind too. Like someone can't get sober unless they really are like, this time. Like, I guess that was just your rock bottom. Like, I'm going to do this.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that for whatever reason, God spared me. I don't think it's a matter of like willpower. Again, like there are plenty of people who I know really wanted to be sober so bad that have died in the last 10 years. I've lost a lot of people. That's one of the hard things about working in treatment.
Now your internet keeps going in and out again.
Oh, you froze.
I know, your internet keeps going in and out again.
I'm sorry. Can you
That's
hear me
okay.
now?
I can hear you. It's all jumbled lately.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's like I could see you, but like for whatever reason in the beginning it was perfect, and now it's like every other word is like botched.
Okay. Well, I'll just finish by saying this. Like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's a matter of willpower. Like, it wasn't like I willed myself to stay sober, or I had like so much determination to stay sober. There have been plenty of people in the last 10 years of my sobriety who didn't make it, and they loved their kids and they loved their family, and they died. The hard thing about being in this work is that people die. They die